Hello and welcome. I'd like to share with you the proposed creative direction to redesign a special edition re-release of one of my all-time favourite albums. This album sits squarely in the rock genre. More specifically, this album and the artist are pure indie rock, raw, lo-fi and completely subversive. The album is Stories from the City, Stories from the Sea by the one and only PJ Harvey, released back in 2000, 21 years ago. This album is Polly's sixth album and it's gut-wrenchingly beautiful. At times it's fantastical and other times so real and acidic. As the album title suggests, it's a story full of beautiful metaphors. Dissecting the songs and the lyrics, you can see that the album's narrative can essentially be divided into three parts: falling in love, breaking up, and then reflecting on the love that was. I see this as an incredible opportunity to redesign this album as being the fourth part of the narrative, lingering memories of a love from long ago. The original album cover was photographed by Maria Moknaz, who has artistically collaborated with Polly since the start of her career. Maria's photographs are incredible. They capture the raw essence of Polly in candid moments, which seem incredibly intimate. So who is PJ Harvey? She started her career in 1988 and her early influences include Bob Dylan and the iconic Patti Smith. Her music and lyrics are lo-fi, darkly romantic, beautifully eerie, and oftentimes chaotic and tortured. Taking a brief look at Polly's discography, you can see the stunning lo-fi photos which Maria has taken. So who are we redesigning this album for? As a special edition re-release, this will be really a gift for passionate PJ Harvey fans, especially those who loved and adored the original release of this album back in 2000. The design will aim to really connect with the listener by meeting the tone, which is deeply sensory and darkly romantic. So the following mood board shows themes and creative imagery inspired by both this album and PJ Harvey as an artist. She's totally unique, fiercely creative, and embodies a beautiful devastation which can be heard in her lyrics and music. For this album, she split her time between New York and Dorset in the UK, where she grew up. The combination of these two places makes for some incredible imagery. There are three design directions which I would like to explore further. The firstly being lines of connection. I draw a line to your heart from mine. Lyrics from the fourth song in the album, which really inspired this direction. Drawing inspiration from satellite images of rivers and oceans, stars and moons, images of New York and Dorset. In the song Beautiful Feeling, Polly sings about two ends to every rainbow, being like the linear connection between transatlantic lovers, lines of connection with past lovers and places we have lived. So looking at the initial thumbnail sketches, you can see the lines of connection running across the entire album design. These lines will be hand printed to tie in with PJ Harvey's past album artwork, which is mostly analogue. The front cover shows the potential of love. Page 1 features the city, which symbolises the intensity of new love. And page 2, the love starts to die, and that's symbolised by the ocean, which is intense, dark and brooding. The feeling is deep sadness, which is all-engulfing. And then the back cover is reflection, a white horse symbolising this new place of calm. Polly's an avid horse lover. There is tension and there is a darkly romantic mood. There is intense love and loss, and then there is calm. So the album design really mirroring the narrative of the story told in the lyrics of this album. The second design direction is about free-falling and draws artistic inspiration from French circuses from the early 20th century. Creative inspiration is taken from vintage black and white photographs. They're fantastical and full of celebration and complete abandon. It ties in beautifully with commemorative album celebration, and it also reflects the dramatic marriage of play and ruin, which Polly often features in her imagery. The lines of the swings and ropes will be printed using a silk cut, creating strong geometry and direction. This is a playful representation of the narrative told in this album. The third design direction is called reflective romanticism, and the idea behind this direction is reflection, so looking back on a past love from a place of calm. A love story from 21 years ago. The design itself will take inspiration from the images on this mood board, a photo montage of roses, hints of rolling countrysides, the ocean, New York City. Maybe a few biblical elements as well, as Polly once said, why take acid when you can read the Bible? I will photograph the roses every day, documenting their gradual decay until they die, so the imagery is dramatic, dark, and beautiful. I hope this gives you an idea of where the creative direction for this album redesign is heading. All three directions really embrace the mood and the tone of both the album and PJ Harvey, and I look forward to presenting you with the final album artwork in a few weeks.